Can grandparents get custody or visitation rights? My name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan, and today we're going to continue our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. You know, when we talk about grandparents, the scenario that usually happens is that there's a divorce or a custody battle, and as a result of that, one person ends up with most of the custody, one person ends up with less, or sometimes it's split. There's some arrangement made whereby dad has some custody and mom has some custody. There's no question about it. Typically, extended family, including grandparents, they usually get their custody rights derivative of their child, derivative of the parents of the children. So dad has the kids over on the weekend, he goes to visit his parents, so the kids see grandparents too. I mean, that's usually what happens, and there usually isn't an issue. Every now and then, somebody will want to know, as grandparents, do I have my own independent rights? And the quick answer to that is there are some rights, but they're extremely limited. Often you see this come up when, for example, let's say dad and mom split up and they have a good relationship. And as a result of that relationship, even though dad lives in Arizona and mom lives in Michigan, and grandparents also live in Michigan, but dad took the job, so he's in Arizona. Mom, even though they're not her parents, have been very cooperative in letting the kids see grandpa and grandma, even though they are the paternal grandparents. And then what happens? They have a big fight, the parents do, and the wife all of a sudden says, I'm no longer cooperating in this. Your time you bring to your parents. I'm not bringing the kids to your parents the way you're treating me. So this happens a lot. And then the question comes up, do parents have the grandparents, do they have any say in it? Generally speaking, for the court, in that scenario, to issue an order allowing grandparent parenting time, they're going to have to find that it would be detrimental to the children to not continue to see the grandparents. Now that is really, really hard to prove. Every now and then you'll see a situation where, for example, children are born and raised by grandparents. I will tell you that in years past, this was not unusual. You'd have immigrant parents and grandparents who came to the United States. Perhaps the grandparents are of retirement age, but the parents are working and they're working hard and they don't have a lot of money. So you know what happens? The kids, the whole week, they're with the grandparents. And on their days off for the weekend, parents are working, they come home. Believe it or not, this is a very popular thing in the immigrant communities. It's not uncommon to have this. So in that scenario, I think you get closer to being able to argue that it would be detrimental to the children not to have access to the grandparents, because in essence, those grandparents raise the kids. But in most scenarios, it's very, very challenging for the court to order it. Now, if the court already ordered it, and it's already court order, and then the other side isn't complying, of course you can go back and seek compliance with the court's order, and you can ask that the person be held in contempt for violating the order. But in the absence of it, there's very few scenarios where the court will independently order the grandparents with the parenting time, because in most scenarios, they're going to rely on the parents, to bring the children to see grandparents where appropriate. If you have any questions about that, reach out. We'd like to help you out.